Okay, this, I don't know what's going on. Like, I know what's going on. I read the article, and I posted the article, so you guys can read the article with me. But I still don't know what's going on. So, let me explain why. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you when this was posted. This was posted, at least on this article, and this was making rounds around April 1st. This was posted April 2nd, but this was being talked about on April 1st. So I want to, even before I talk about the entire story, just, some, an air of caution, if you will, grains of salt, massive grains, if you will. But this is going to be very interesting and very weird. So, apparently, Best Buy looked at Walmart and said, "You think you're gonna leak all these games without us getting in the fray?" So companies now, as you guys may have noticed, are trying their hardest to come up with new streaming services to take down the competition, potentially get a piece of that of that pie, of that revenue from gaming. Best Buy is looking to take a little bit of that pie in terms of leaking things, because usually it's Walmart, but Best Buy really wanted to get in on this, and they did, apparently, because they leaked, quote unquote leaked, the Metroid Prime trilogy. They leaked a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past potential remake, question mark, and they also leaked a Persona. It seems as if it is something related to Persona 5 on the Switch, which it's just, God, it's all so odd. So basically, now the reason why I say leaked is basically they posted these. It was an employee posting these. Usually, what'll happen is, if you guys don't know, usually an employee will post something in the system just to have it for reference for when they need to go live. Months down the line, right? Usually it's months. Usually it's not like years or something like that. So when this was put in, sometimes, and I don't know why they do this, especially now, because like you can just screenshot it if you just so many people are online searching for stuff, like this could just happen. But sometimes, because I don't know if they're always mistakes, sometimes they just want to test it, so they just make it live. Now in some cases they could be complete falsehoods. They can just be there just as placeholders, and then they can probably change the name on what's it called, they can change the name in the employee database, or in the database, but in private, so before that gets posted again later. But still, they posted the Metroid Prime trilogy, and they posted a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. And by the way, the reason why I said a potential remake is because it is listed on the Switch, which, I mean, why would it be listed on the Super Nintendo, but or the Game Boy Advance? But still, it is listed on the Switch. And I'm wondering where the Persona 5 one was, because I know I saw that as well. I'm a little curious as to where, because I want to make sure I can see it before I say out loud. There's Legend of Zelda. I don't know where the that's weird. Where is the, where did the Persona 5 one go? That's weird. What matters more so is the fact that, if these are not, a joke, and Wario64 is the Twitter user who found this and posted these pictures online. If it is not a joke, and it's 100% serious, guys, if take it seriously, 100%. I have a feeling that the Metroid Prime trilogy maybe, because there was Metroid Prime 4 being talked about. That's what's weird. But because the reason why I'm stumped, right? Why am I stumped right now? Is because it's the fact that Metroid Prime was talked about 4, but then I'm pretty sure that was the game, Metroid Prime 4, that was rumored to be actually, no, not rumored. Nintendo even came out and said, "Hey, we're potentially cutting the axe. We're chopping this down, and more work is going to be done, and it will be released at a later date." So maybe they wanted to release the trilogy to like calm people down or like hold people over, because I'm pretty sure it was Metroid Prime 4 where that happened. I'm going to check right now as we're talking about this. But so it makes sense that there would be a let's see, that there would be, okay, so I'm correct. Yes, it was that game where, yes, Nintendo tapped Retro Studio. Okay, great. So I'm correct. So Metroid Prime 4 was the quote unquote canceled game. It's still happening. It's just being delayed. And I guess they were going to, if 4 was going to, let's say, release in 2020, maybe they were going to release the trilogy earlier. So maybe they're saying, you know what, let's still release the trilogy, let's still get some money from that, keep people hyped for what's coming in the future, but we still don't know when Metroid Prime 4 could even come out. Okay, so that's one. Two, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I love me Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I didn't play it on Super Nintendo at the time. I played it on the Game Boy Advance, that re-release. Now I'm playing it on Super Nintendo for on our Those Guys Play channel for Matt Beats Games from His Childhood. Still need to beat that. Still need to get back to that. But what matters more so, other than my failings, is the failings of this Best Buy employee, who I'm confused because apparently they already have Link's Awakening on the site live. So this isn't a Link's Awakening mistake. I mean, it could just be a general mistake though. But I'm curious because I mean these could be like code names, throw people off. Someone could just be trolling, because I'm pretty sure you can change the names in the system after they've been posted like this. You can still, you're just trying to test if they work. If you can't, then please, if you're a Best Buy employee, tell me about your systems down below, because I've never worked at Best Buy, so that might be a little confused there. But what I am confused about is, why would Nintendo release just A Link to the Past again? I mean, maybe they're doing a remake a la what they're doing with Link's Awakening, but they're already releasing Link's Awakening this year, so why would they also put this out? It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying it's a little confusing, because you would think they would put A Link to the Past on the Nintendo Online service. So why would they have a picture here? That's the thing. Like, look, I would love to have an updated Link to the Past, don't get me wrong, but I don't really see what would the point of it be. Is there an anniversary coming up that I am not thinking about? Perhaps that is the case. Let me actually check right now. Maybe that's the situation. There's an anniversary coming up. I mean, November 21st, 1991, which would be an 18-year anniversary. So, I mean, maybe it's being put up for the 20-year anniversary, and they're going to release something fun there. Maybe for once, a company is actually going to sit back and say, you know what, if we want to celebrate an anniversary for something, maybe we don't announce it on the anniversary and release it 2 years later. We announce it soon and then release it on its anniversary. Maybe, I don't know, because that happens a lot, not just in video games, just in general. It's just, oh, let's announce this for the 30th anniversary. And it's like, yes, but when is the game actually coming out? 33rd anniversary? I don't know yet. We haven't even started working on the game. So maybe that's what's going on here. They're releasing, potential anniversary coming up, and this is just a placeholder for that. I don't actually know. None of us know at this point. Pure speculation. All we know is, from the looks of it, this has been posted. On the Best Buy website for a little bit, for a wee bit. But I'm a little confused because I still can't find the picture for Persona 5 in this specific tweet, even though it's being listed in the article itself. Maybe the picture was removed for some reason. Either way, I'll say this much. Before wrapping things up, as we're talking about Persona 5, I have a feeling that, sadly, it will not be Persona 5 The Royal. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. I just don't think that it will be. I think that, it would be nice if all three are getting released on, I say all three as if the Xbox One is getting it. It's not. But the PS4 version and the Switch version of the Royal both get released at the same time. But I have a feeling that this is going to be, because I believe the tweet originally said something about Golden or something like that, or they had a specific wording of the game. It wasn't just, hey, Persona 5. So all I'm thinking is that perhaps, because it was labeled for the Switch, I'm under the impression that what they will be doing is, and this is sad, but just my impression, they're going to be re-releasing the first edition of Persona 5. So the plain game, no extra stuff that would be in the Royal, that's going to be released on the Nintendo Switch. Normally, I wouldn't have a problem with that, but because the Royal is coming out, I'm thinking it would be best if they just waited and then released the Royal. And again, that might be what this is, but I'm wondering if they're going to try to, maximize their profits and end up getting both. I mean, it sucks. I'm not the biggest fan, but I mean, it is what it is. So, if that is the case, then I might not be buying it because I didn't think they were going to do something like that for the Switch. So I actually just bought Persona 5 rather, for 25 bucks on the PS4. So I definitely wouldn't buy it for the Switch. Normally I'd consider it and I'd be very interested in buying it for the Switch and being able to take it on the go, but in this case, it's not really gonna be, my scene because I already got it, and I assume it would be 40 to 60 bucks. I mean, if it's digital only, that would be nice, but I have a feeling it would only be 60 bucks, and it would not only, but it would be at most 60 bucks, and it would be on the Switch, which is good, but that's a bit too much for me. I already got it for 20 some odd. So either way, though, what I do want to hear is, I'm trying to look for this tweet, but I can't find it. I do want to hear what you guys have to say about all this stuff down below. Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? Do you think that this is an April Fool's joke gone a little bit too far? Or are you really hyped for this? What do you think? Do you think that these are code words or in some way or another? Do you think these are like, ploys in some way? Or do you believe it? And are you interested in potentially, seemingly, getting A Link to the Past, Metroid Prime trilogy, and even a version of Persona on the Switch within the year, perhaps, or at least within the next 2 years? So tell me what you guys think about all of that stuff down below.